Welcome back in, and George Carlin fans will understand the subtitle or the the middle part of the title, a Mongolian cluster. So we'll let you figure that out. So we still got a little ways to go here as far as trying to unknot all of this. So Manchester in a commanding first place lead, 7 games over tied for second Cleveland and Philadelphia. Providence and Butler just 8 games back, and Bellingham 9 games back. Those are the teams in the running. Liverpool, Carolina, Arsenal, St. Louis have been eliminated in terms of actually winning the division. Mathematically impossible. So we have a few games tonight that could be a lot of fun, and let's just get to it. So tonight we're going to see Philadelphia at Providence. This one, Philadelphia is tied for Cleveland with second, and Providence is tied for Butler with third place. So let's go. Philadelphia at Providence. All right. Christy Mathewson will be taking the hill tonight for Philadelphia, and for the Providence Liberty Tree, let us see what we shall see. All right. And it looks like it's going to be George Mullen. So George Mullen versus Christy Mathewson. Let's get to the ballpark. All right, welcome to Huntington Avenue grounds for today's game between Philadelphia and Providence. Christy Mathewson makes the start for Philadelphia. He's made 36 starts in the year, and he is 20-14 with an ERA of 2.22. This will be his 4th start against Providence, and he's 2-1 against them with a 1.6 earned run average. George Mullen takes the hill and will oppose Mathewson, and he's made 14 starts in the year, and he's 3-8 with an ERA of 3.43. His 3rd go against Philly, and he's 0-2 with a 3.71 earned run average against them. Game time temperature is 78 degrees. Wind speed 5 miles per hour right to left.
Play ball!
All right, George Van Haltren will lead it off here for Philadelphia. Philadelphia coming into the game at 73-68. Liberty Tree at 72-69. So these teams fighting for the honor of being the visiting team in our mini World Series. Don't see Manchester being overtaken at this point. George Van Haltren with a batting average of 2.41, home run, and 34 runs batted in. Mullen to deliver the 0-2 pitch. Van Haltren swings, and this is a fly ball to right. Keeler back on it, makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. We're underway. Shortstop George Davis, 207, 3 home runs, 42 ribbies for him. Mullen wheels and deals the 0-2. Davis swings, fly ball to center. Billy Hamilton barely has to move, and 2 down as cousin Ken Castro, manager of Providence Liberty Tree, comes into the ballpark and says, "Let's do this." All right, and here is Eddie Cocky Collins for Philadelphia. He has 43 runs batted in and a home run. He's hitting .249. Lefty Collins ready to face George Mullen, who winds and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Collins swings, and this one, chopping ground ball to third. John McGraw up with it to throw to Hal Chase. And Collins is fast, but not fast enough to beat the throw from John McGraw. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Philadelphia nothing, and Providence coming to bat. And there's Robbie Wertberg. Slide Billy Hamilton leading it off here. Hamilton in last night's game 5 stolen bases, and already Cousin Ken Castro putting up the glove. All right. Big 6 as the sign from Chief Myers. Matty deals the 0-1. Hamilton gets a nice bunt down, and Hamilton will get aboard with a bunt base hit. First hit of tonight's game. Sliding Billy aboard for Wee Willie Keeler. Keeler, again, one of the league top hitters at 293. A home run, 51 runs batted in. We just have 3 players hitting at 300 above in this crazy league. And Providence looking like it's calling for the stolen base. Matty deals now to Keeler. And there goes Hamilton. Myers throws down. Davis not in time with the tag. Sliding Billy Hamilton picks up the steal. So the runner in scoring position for Providence. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. And Keeler back in the box. Keeler, great place hitter. Well-deserved Hall of Famer. Held the consecutive games hitting streak for many years. It was finally broken by Joe DiMaggio in 1941. Pete Rose would tie Keeler's record decades after that. Hamilton at second, nobody down, and there is the pitch. The 1-0 delivery. Keeler base hit into center, and Sliding Billy is going to score easily. So Providence coming out of the gate here. Cousin Ken Castro after the bunt base hit and the steal, and Hamilton scores. It's 1-0 Providence. Bottom of the first. Keeler aboard first, and Keeler with 53 steals. And here's Joe Kelly, left fielder at 244. He has 40 runs batted in, including a home run. Keeler, good lead off of first. Mathewson brings it home. There goes Keeler, the throw down, and this one will get past Collins into center field. Thomas up with it, throws to Bill Joyce. The tag is not in time. Keeler at third base. Kelly back in with a 1-0 delivery. Mathewson from the stretch. Kelly swings. High fly ball to right. This will be deep enough to score. Keeler. Tiernan makes the catch. Keeler tags and comes home. And here comes Providence on fire. 2-0. Little Napoleon, John McGraw bats with the bases empty. 1 down here. Little Napoleon hitting 237 with 47 runs batted in. Infield looking bunt. Bill Joyce in at third. Henry Larkin in at first. Mathewson with the 2-2 pitch to John McGraw. Fastball, comebacker to the mound. Matty comes off the hill, makes the play on to Henry Larkin for the second out of the inning. Prince Howell Chase. Chase with a solo home run last night. It was a shot that got out of here fast. Chase hitting at 285, 6 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Mathewson's delivery, first pitch swinging, bounding ground ball to Bill Joyce at third, and across the diamond to Henry Larkin to retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 errors. We've played 1 at Huntington Avenue grounds. It's Providence 2 and Philadelphia nothing. Philadelphia sends up the number 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the top of the second. Bill Joyce, Mike Tiernan, and Chief Myers. As Cousin Ken says, need to scratch some runs. B6 on the mound, Cousin. The big 6 on the mound, absolutely. You got to. Thank you, Robbie. Yep. These next three games are huge for Providence. This Providence team doing very well, coming on pretty hot here in the late part of the season. Joyce batting lefty, hitting just 182 for Philadelphia. He's batted in 46, and he has 5 home runs to his credit. George Mullen winds and deals the 1-2 delivery. Changeup swung on, easy fly ball. Nice play there by Slide Billy Hamilton, make it a little basket catch action. 1 down. Mike Tiernan, the right fielder for Philadelphia now. Bats in the number 5 spot. A .248 average, 31 ribbies on the year with 3 home runs. Mullen comes home with it. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Tiernan. Tiernan swings. Oh, great play by Bid McPhee. Diving stop. Just lays out, gets to his knees, and gets the toss over to Hal Chase for out number 2. McPhee has been turning on all over the place this way, especially defense, just been doing it. Again, as I mentioned in my introductory remarks, George Carlin fans will understand the title, which has 4 asterisks in it, but you will know what I mean. Because right now, that's what we have going on here in the 2nd and 3rd place teams in the Ned McGreevy League. Todd B in here. He says, "What's up, deadheads?" Welcome in, Todd. Chief Myers hits .236, 3 home runs, 60 runs batted in here. George Mullen kicks and deals. 3-0 to Myers. Myers lays off this one. A 4-pitch walk issued by George Mullen, and Myers is aboard. Chief Myers has 8 steals as first baseman Henry Larkin for the Philadelphia Quakers steps into the box. Capacity crowd here at Huntington Avenue grounds. Beautiful day for mid-September baseball. 79 degrees and a little breeze going out to right at 5 miles per hour. Larkin at .258, 2 dingers, 62 ribbies. And there's another view of Henry Larkin. Mullen fires it in the 0-2. There goes Myers, and Larkin, a little bounding ball to Hal Chase, who will take this one to the bag unassisted. Nothing across for Philadelphia. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's 2-0 Providence over Philadelphia. Mathewson to face Bid McPhee, Buck Ewing, and Kid Elberfeld. Bid McPhee at .213, a home run, 8 runs batted in. Ken Castro, St. George Mullen is on a short lease. It's a bullpen game. All right. And Todd B says he thinks he saw Fatty Arbuckle in the crowd tonight. Matty with the 1-2 delivery to Bid McPhee. Fastball, chopping grounder to short. Davis coming in a hurry in this ball. Snaps the throw off to Henry Larkin at first. 1 away. And here is D. Scott Howard. D. Scott Howard greeting Todd with "Watch the Deadhead," Todd. All right, here is Buck Ewing batting with 1 down. And the Providence catcher hitting .249, 9 home runs with 66 runs batted in. Matty with the 1-2 delivery to Ewing. Ewing swings, fly ball, center field. Roy Thomas draws a beat on it, brings her down. 2 away for shortstop plate breaker Kid Elberfeld. .217, a home run, 48 runs batted in for him. Myers with the signs to Big 6. The Christian gentleman deals the 3-1 to Elberfeld. Fastball swung on, fly ball to left, going back on is Van Haltren at the wall to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Top of the 3rd, Providence 2, Philadelphia nothing. Pardon me, Roy Thomas now will lead it off here. He'll be followed by Christy Mathewson and George Van Haltren. Robbie asking what a deadhead is. We will continue with the game. Roy Thomas hitting .251 with 29 runs batted in. Robbie, the answer is Google. Mullen comes home with it to Thomas, the 0-2. Thomas with a chopping ground ball to second. McPhee over to Chase. Thomas tearing down the line, but nice play by McPhee to get that ball off in a hurry without rushing it and risking the error. 1 down for Big 6. Mathewson hitting .229 with 19 runs batted in. Here's Mullen's 0-1 delivery to Matty. Matty swings, routine grounder to short. Elberfeld up with it, and the throw down to Chase at first. 2 up, 2 down for Philadelphia as we return to the top of the order here, and George Van Haltren hitting .241. as we said. And he flied to deep right back in the first. And Van Haltren swings. This one a very slow bounding ball to second. McPhee making a nice play on that slow roller to retire Van Haltren in the side. Bottom of the third, moving along at a good clip here. It is 2-0 Providence. And there is World's Worst Gamer and PQ River. Welcome in, gents. All right, George Mullen with the bottom of the order for Providence, and then we'll swing around to Sliding Billy Hamilton and Wee Willie Keeler. Mullen hitting .220 in the year with a run batted in. Big Six fires it in, the 1-0 delivery. Fly ball, routine to center. Thomas coming in, making the grab. One up, one down. And here's Sliding Billy Hamilton, bunt base hit back in the first. Hamilton would score first Providence run, 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. And Hamilton waits for the Mathewson delivery, the 2-1 to Hamilton. Hamilton swings, base hit, left field. And Hamilton is aboard, so 2 for 2 today for him. As Todd B says, if you are a deadhead, hit the like button. Gotcha, Todd. Todd, I'm going to do something here for you while Cousin Ken flashes the glove. Oh no, you're already set up for that, Todd. Thank you. So for the extra work that you do here, you're a managing moderator. Just wanted to let you know. It gives you a little bit more oomph as a moderator than a regular moderator, if that makes any sense. I appreciate you asking for those likes. All right. And it puts you in first place. All right. Providence calling for the stolen base. So Hamilton looking for his second steal of the game. Last night's game, Hamilton had 5. Keeler is 1 for 1. And his RBI single scored Hamilton. Matty delivers, and Hamilton is off to the races. Myers with the throw down. This is going to be an E2 on Myers, and Sliding Billy Hamilton ends up at third. Second error committed by the Quakers, and Hamilton perched just 90 feet away with the potential third Providence run. One down, Keeler back in the box. The 1-0 delivery. Mathewson from the stretch. Keeler swings. Comebacker to Mathewson. Mathewson to Larkin for the 1-3 putout. Hamilton remains perched at third for Joe Kelly. 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. And Joe Kelly with a sacrifice scoring Wee Willie Keeler back in the first. 2-0 your score. Matty from the stretch in the 1-0. Kelly swings, bounder to second. Collins with the textbook 4-3 putout, but wait, Larkin unable to dig the ball out. That's going to be an error on Collins, his 29th, and the third Providence run will score. Sliding Billy Hamilton coming across the plate, and it is now 3-0. Providence making a serious run, threatening Cleveland, and Philadelphia, of course, is tied for second with Cleveland. John McGraw up there now. We see that we have a run and hit. McGraw last time grounded out to the pitcher. Mathewson checks Kelly at second. Here is the Mathewson delivery. There goes Kelly. McGraw pops this one behind the plate. Chief Myers tosses aside the mask. And back he goes. Will he have enough room here at Huntington Avenue grounds? He will not. The count goes to 0-1. McGraw back in the box. Todd B said Ken was probably a street turned in the 70s. All right. And D. Scott Howard says he's a Jedi golfer. Close your eyes and swing. All right. Gotcha, Cousin Ken. Running hit still on. Mathewson with the 0-1. There goes Kelly, the throw down by Myers, the tag by Joyce, and Joe Kelly is caught stealing. Inning over, but another run scores for Providence on 1 hit, 2 errors. 3 in the books here at Huntington Avenue grounds. Is Providence 3, Philadelphia nothing. George Davis, the number 2, 3, 4 hitter is due up. George Davis, Eddie Collins, and Bill Joyce. and the scoreboard will explain it all. So George Davis, his last time fly to right center. Entering the middle innings of this game, George Mullen delivers the 2-1. And Davis fly ball to right. This one routine for Wee Willie Keeler. 1 up, 1 down for Eddie Collins. Collins grounded to third back in the first. Ewing sets the target. Mullen with the 0-2. Little change up to Eddie Collins. Popped on the infield. Bid McPhee just sort of walking over to his left and has it in his glove. 2 down. Mullen in cruise control here for Bill Joyce. The third baseman flied out to shallow center back in the second. Here's Mullen's 1-0 pitch to Joyce. Joyce swings, base hit up the middle. That will end the no-hitter. Joyce aboard. So first hit of the game for Philadelphia. Bill Joyce has 35 steals in the season, 2 down for right fielder Mike Tiernan, who grounded out to second his last time up. George Mullen with a check of Joyce. And here is the pitch. Tiernan swing and a miss for strike 1. Joyce could not get a good jump. Ewing and Mullen watching Joyce at first very, very closely. Mullen with the 0-1 to Tiernan. There goes Joyce. Ewing's throw down. Elberfeld's tag. And Bill Joyce is caught stealing to end the inning. Philadelphia picks up a 1 run, or no runs, 1 hit and no errors. Nobody left thanks to the caught stealing. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Providence 3, Philadelphia nothing. John McGraw, Hal Chase, and Bid McPhee do up. McGraw was at bat when Joe Kelly was caught stealing on the failed run and hit. Okay, as Cousin Ken is saying pitch aggressively, we're already past that part. So it turned out happily. John McGraw, nothing for 1. Grounded to the pitcher. Mathewson brings it home. The 1-2. McGraw swings. A little roller to first. Henry Larkin waving off Mathewson, and will take this one unassisted for the first out of the home half of the 4th inning. Prince Hal Chase, who homered last night, nothing for 1, grounded to third. Matty's 0-2 delivery to Prince Hal, fastball, and Chase, a hot grounder to second, and Collins with a quick throw to Larkin. 2 up, 2 down. Hal Chase, excellent speed, but Collins getting an easy one to field. McPhee, nothing for 1. Old Bid last time grounded to short. The 0-1. Little fadeaway pitch from Mathewson. This one to short. Davis up with it. On to Larkin. And it's a bang bang play. Providence goes quietly, and we go to the 5th. 3-0 Providence. Clee Baseball Fan 879 says, good evening, everyone. Beatles on small screen and pucks on the big screen. Blackhawks, after down 3-0, have tied the game at 3. All right. So Tim watching some ice action along with our humble little league here. Welcome in, Tim. Mike Tiernan now 0 for 1 to lead it off for Philadelphia here in the 5th. He'll be followed by Chief Myers and Henry Larkin. Tiernan batting in the 5th slot. Grounded to second, back in the second. George Mullen working on a 1-hitter right now. And Mullen comes home with it. Tiernan swings, base hit into right. Keeler up with it. We know that Cousin Ken is going to be watching George Mullen very, very closely. And Tim telling us that just as a FYI, today is the anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. How about that? Big, big day in hockey. Guys talking about what's going on here on the rink. Okay, gotcha, Cousin Ken. Tiernan on first, 27 steals. And Cousin Ken Castro giving the sign for Mullen to go after Myers. Here's the pitch. There goes Tiernan to throw down, and this one gets past McPhee. Tiernan is going to end up at third. Error on Buck Ewing, the first error of the game for Providence, and the potential first run for Philadelphia perched at third base. Yeah, it was a great U.S. Olympic team, certainly there, Robbie. Mullen now comes home to Myers. Myers swings, chopper to first, and Chase has it. Providence, there's a 4% chance of getting out at home. Do you want to go for that or concede the run? We'll wait for Cousin Ken here to make his choice. So he is saying no. So Providence will concede this run. Tiernan comes in to score. It is now 3-1. Tim's talking about that great 1980s U.S. Olympic squad in hockey. Says sadly the only people who may have gotten to see that game live had to live near the Canadian border. The CBC, he thinks, showed the game live, but was tape delayed in the United States. All right, Henry Larkin is 0-for-1, grounded to first, one away here, and one Philadelphia run in. It's Providence 3, Philadelphia 1. George Mullen peers in, has the sign from catcher Buck Ewing. Here's the wind in the 0-2 pitch. Larkin swings, and this one hard hit into right field, base hit. So Mullen gives up the third hit to Philadelphia, and here is Christopher Slovic. Christopher, you've got to think about George Martin. He wants to know, was a Mongolian cluster with 4 asterisks? So the hint is that George Carlin greatly expanded his 7 words you can't see on television, and one of those is that that adjective and noun, which, right? We'll let you work it out. It's got 4 blacked out letters. Yeah, the 4 asterisks. There you go. Christopher's got it now, so he knows what we're talking about. All right. Henry Larkin with 16 steals in the season, 1 away for Roy Thomas. Grounded to second. Mullen throws over Larkin back ahead of Chase's tag. Mullen winds now the 0-1, and Thomas gives this a ride to left field. Joe Kelly in the corner makes the catch. Larkin retreats to first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, or the top of the 5th. And here is Christy Mathewson. Maddie grounded just short into third. Each team with 3 hits right now. Mullen comes home with it, the 1-2. And Mathewson fooled on that one. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. We've played 4.5 here at Huntington Avenue grounds, and it's Providence 3, Philadelphia 1. Providence in 3rd place, Philadelphia in 2nd. Each of these teams are tied in their respective positions right now. And there is Mike, Sports Time Machine. Guys, do subscribe to that channel if you have not. And for PQ River, who's been hanging out with us. PQ River is now a channel moderator. And PQ River, I do that for people that are pretty faithful, showing up to the channel and supporting it. So you get yourself a wrench. So thank you, thank you, thank you. They're good not only for moderation duties, but as far as, you want to post some links about whatever's being talked about in the chat, feel free. You have that power as a moderator. So thank you for your loyalty. Appreciate it. Buck Ewing is 0-for-1. He'll lead it off here for Providence in the bottom of the 5th. He'll be followed by Kid Oberfeld and George Mullen. Ewing is 0-for-1 against Matty in Philadelphia. He flied to deep right center. Ewing in the box now, bats from the right. And the 2-2 to Ewing from Mathewson. This fastball paints the inside part of the plate. Strike one. Or I'm sorry, first strikeout of the game. So Matty picks up his first K. Kid Elberfeld now stands in against the great Christy Mathewson from Factoryville, Pennsylvania. Fly to deep left center. His last time up. Matty with the 3-1, and Elberfeld, this one a lazy fly ball to left that hangs up there, enough for Tiernan to position himself to make the catch. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th, and that will bring up pitcher George Mullen, who we hear from manager Ken Castro in an interview before tonight's game that he has Mullen on a short leash. Mullen 0-for-1 at the plate, fly to shallow center in the 3rd. Here is the pitch from Mathewson. Mullen swinging on the first pitch. Routine grounder to Collins at second, on to Larkin for the 4-3 putout. Side retired. We go to the 6th inning as we are just about a half hour into this game. And it's Providence 3, Philadelphia 1. As the top of the order for Philadelphia, George Van Haltren steps in. See, we have 13 watching tonight. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate that. Van Haltren is fly to deep right and grounded to second. Mullen with the 3-1 to Van Haltren, and Mullen giving up the walk. That's the first walk given up by George Mullen tonight, or the second walk to accompany the lone strikeout. George Davis up 0-for-2. He's flied out twice. Throw over by Mullen, and Van Haltren back ahead of Chase's tag. Van Haltren has stolen 38 this year. Mullen peers in, has the sign from Buck Ewing. The wind and the 1-1. There goes Van Haltren. The hit and run was on. Davis fouls this one on the first base side, and giving Chase is how Chase, but it will make the seats. The 1-2 now coming home to George Davis. Davis straightens this one out, straight to center. Billy Hamilton, a few steps to his right, will make the catch. First out of the inning. Van Haltren returns to first. Second baseman Eddie Collins batting in the number 3 spot now. He's grounded to third and popped to second. George Mullen with the 0-2 delivery. And Collins, this one a called third strike, as that one gets the outside edge. Van Haltren remains at first, 2 down for Bill Joyce. Bill Joyce is flied to shallow center and grounded a single up the middle. Good to see a lot of chat going on here. Guys talking about that 1980 U.S. Olympics, the 1980 Olympics, the U.S. team in hockey. Shocked the world. All right, here's Mullen's delivery now to Joyce, the 3-1. Oh my goodness, and let me see, what do we have? This one is ball 4, and we have an ejection as Mullen comes in arguing with the umpire. George Mullen is thrown out of the game for arguing balls and strikes. And looks like Providence needs to bring in a pitcher. George Mullen thrown out of the game. The man in blue doesn't care what's at stake here. You don't argue balls and strikes. Mullen charged home quickly on that one, and the ump wasting no time in sending him out of the park. Two down as we wait for Cousin Ken Castro to call in a pitcher. Fans not happy here at Huntington Avenue grounds seeing Mullen ejected. Jack Taylor for one batter. All right. Jack Taylor gets the nod from manager Ken Castro. George Mullen ejected. Taylor's numbers look like this: a 2.26 earned run average, 11 wins, 11 losses, 171 innings pitched. He has walked 34, struck out 51. Tiernan 1 for 2 in the game, 2 aboard, 2 down. As Taylor fires in the 2-0. Tiernan swings, fly ball to center. Billy Hamilton, covering a lot of ground, makes the catch. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and an ejection. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Providence maintaining a 3-1 lead. Christy Mathewson will face the top of the Providence order and slide Billy Hamilton, Wee Willie Keeler, and Joe Kelly. And we've got some Christopher Slovic gets a getting a good joke going here, it looks like. Love it, love it, love it. Billy Hamilton, 2 for 2 with 2 steals today and a 2 runs scored. And it's a 2-run lead. Mathewson has a strikeout today, has not walked a batter. The 0-1 to slide Billy. And Hamilton attempts the bunt. And that is going to be an error. So the throw down by Myers to Larkin. Actually, Collins moving over on the play, can't get to it. The ball gets away from him, and Billy Hamilton is into scoring position. Wee Willie Keeler now, who is 1 for 2. RBI scoring Hamilton in the first and grounded to Mathewson back in the third. Got you, Cousin Ken. Matty with the delivery to Keeler, the 0-1. Keeler gets the bunt down, and this is a good one. Larkin has it, but he's going to go to third. Joyce easily has Hamilton. Oh my goodness. So Keeler aboard with 1 down. Manager Cousin Ken Castro calling for sacrifice with Hamilton at second. Does not work this time. 1 down. Wee Willie Keeler, and the glove going up by manager Castro for Providence. Joe Kelly 0 for 2 in the game. He scored Keeler in the first on a sacrifice and scored Hamilton in the third on a sacrifice. Hit and run play on for Providence. Mathewson with a check of the runner and the 2-0 delivery. There goes Keeler, and this one's going to be fouled on the right-hand side. This one will easily make the seats about 15 rows back at Huntington Avenue grounds here. The 2-1. We'll wait to see if the hit and run is still on. With 2-1, 1 down, Keeler at first. And we shall assume so. Matty delivers. There goes Keeler. Kelly sends this one down the line to right. Tiernan in the corner makes the catch, and Keeler will get back to first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th, and it brings up John McGraw. McGraw 0 for 2. He is grounded to the pitcher and grounded to first. And all right, Cousin Ken calling for a steal here with 2 down. Matty fires it in, and the throw down to Myers, and Keeler with stolen base, number 55. So kind of neat to see John McGraw facing Christy Mathewson. McGraw would manage Mathewson for almost all of his career. Be one of McGraw's favorite players, but here they are as adversaries today in this Ned McGreevy Baseball League in the Mongolian cluster. McGraw back in the box now, and the 0-1 delivery to him. McGraw swings, base hit into left center field. This one over the head of George Davis is short. Keeler rounding third. Van Honcher up with the ball. Keeler will score, and McGraw has himself an RBI single. It's Providence 4, Philadelphia 1. McGraw at first. McGraw with 50 steals, and Ken Castro managing aggressive baseball here. Mathewson now faces Prince Howard Chase, nothing for two. Chase is grounded to third and grounded to second. Mathewson winds and fires. There goes McGraw, the throw down. They're not going to get McGraw. That's his 51st steal. Providence outpacing the rest of the league in stolen bases. Extremely fast team among in a fleet-footed league, to say the least. Chase back in the box, the 0-1. Chase swings, solid base hit, stroked into center, and Chase has himself an RBI double. John McGraw will score, and it's 5-1, and it's looking like, pardon me, a repeat of last night's game. Providence with 5 runs in, 2 plated here in the 6th. They plated 2 in the first and added 1 more in the third. It is 5-1. Philadelphia's lone run coming back in the 5th. And Chief Myers grounded to first, scoring Mike Tiernan. That's been all for the Quakers. These teams battling it out, both in the thick of it for that second spot in our 3-game World Series. Matty works now. Oh, we didn't see that one. McPhee lines this one. Wouldn't have worked anyhow, so lined out to Davis. Inning over, however, 2 more runs for Providence on 2 hits, 1 error. 6 in the books here at Huntington Avenue grounds. It's Providence Liberty Tree 5. And the Philadelphia Quakers 1. I'm sure Cousin Ken would like to, in a way, although his team's doing well, to have a do-over in this season and have the opportunity to manage his games. So playing more aggressively probably than the AI would. Of course, we could set the AI tendency to play as aggressively, but would it make as many gutsy moves? Seeing Cousin Ken Castro yesterday's game doing double steals and things like that with 2 down, runners at first and third, calling some gutsy baseball and winning the day. All right, and nice stuff here, Cousin Ken, regaling us with some stories here of sports figures and his great career that he has interviewed. Holding all and sundry enthralled. Loving it, loving the chat tonight, guys. Chief Myers is nothing for 1 here. He has walked, grounded to first. And as we mentioned, Tiernan scored, and that was the sole Philadelphia run in the 5th. Jack Taylor, 0-2. And base hit to left field. Kelly has it, gets it into Elberfeld. Myers aboard. That would be the 4th Philadelphia hit, and it brings up Henry Larkin. And until I see the glove otherwise, we're going to assume Jack Taylor is staying in. We'll get a little picture there of Jack Taylor. The closely coiffed Jack Taylor, I might add. Myers at first, nobody out. And Larkin is 1 for 2. Singled back in the 5th. Myers, no speed at first, 8 steals. Yes, you may. So brief pause in the action here as manager Cousin Ken Castro of Providence. Taking a look at his bullpen here. Take this time with so many people in here or watching, at least tonight, to once again, on behalf of Ken Castro, myself, to thank you so very, very much for being supportive of this Ned McGreevy Baseball League. I know that for many people it's just not something that you might normally tune into or whatever 19th century and dead ball era baseball. So we thank you. This is something we've wanted to do for a long time, and it's winding down now. Not too many games left. I think about 12. So we both thank you very, very much. Charlie Buffington will come in to pitch. So Jack Taylor is done, and Jack Taylor did a pretty fine job. Charlie Buffington's numbers looking like this in our replay. A 3.02 earned run average. Shouldn't call it a replay. It's our league. It's not a replay. This one's probably never, ever, ever been played. 9 wins, 8 losses, 2 saves. He has worked 152 innings, walked 43, and struck out 127. Myers at first, nobody out. So Charlie Buffington going to try to induce a double play ball here. Buffington winds and fires the 1-2. Larkin does not concede to that, and rather a clean base hit to left. Joe Kelly getting it in quickly. 2-0 board now, and here comes Thomas. Myers at second, Larkin at first. And Roy Thomas is nothing for 2. He is grounded to second and flied out. Pitch aggressively. All right, so the strategy here, it seems, for the Providence pitchers is just to go after the Philadelphia hitters. Put the ball in play. The 1-2 delivery to Roy Thomas. Thomas swings, base hit to right field. Keeler up with it. Myers is rounding third, but they flash the stop sign, and for the first time tonight, Providence in a little bit of trouble here as the bases are loaded, nobody out, and here is Christy Mathewson. Mathewson is nothing for 2 in the game. He is grounded to short and struck out. 4-run lead here for Providence in the top of the 7th. Charlie Buffington brings it home to Big 6. Here is the 1-0. Infield looking bunt. Mathewson with a base hit to left. Myers will score. Larkin will hold third. So RBI single for Christy Mathewson. And Philadelphia scratches out a run here in the 7th. It's now 5-2. As World's Worst Gamer said, Christy Mathewson is due for the first home run of the season. Well, I think he'll take that RBI single. Back at the top of the Philadelphia order now, and George Van Haltren. Van Haltren nothing for 2 against Providence today. He's flied to deep right, grounded to second, and walked. Buffington from the stretch, still nobody out. Here's the delivery. The 1-2 to Van Haltren. Van Haltren swings, grounder to first. Howe Chase cannot hold on to the ball. Is it falling apart for Providence? Van Haltren is safe. And another run in. It's now 5-3. Providence came into the 7th with a 5-1 lead. Bases still loaded. Still nobody out. And here's George Davis, who is nothing for 3. As Tim says, almost slip sliding away. And again, guys, please subscribe to Clee Baseball Fan 879. Tim, one of the smartest guys in our community here. Cousin Ken Castro putting up an emoji that is certainly seems to be indicative of this inning. Manager Castro pacing the dugout for Providence, wondering how this all happened. Charlie Buffington, who's done a good job for him all year, came on in relief after Jack Taylor worked a little while, and Buffington not able to get it together. In fact, Philadelphia now with 7 hits in this game. The 3-1 from Buffington, so he falls behind Davis. Davis, fly ball to left. This should be deep enough to score Thomas. Kelly makes the catch. Thomas tags at third, and Thomas will score run number 4. So Philadelphia making it a ball game as Cousin Ken throws up the glove. Clee baseball fan says that unfortunately no more 60s or 70s baseball for a while. However, game 83 of the 2007 Cleveland Indians replay was a good one. He's going to try to get some games filmed the next 2 days. Looking forward to it, Tim. And Charlie Sweeney. Cousin Ken Castro has seen enough of Charlie Buffington, and Charlie Sweeney will come in and assume relief duties. Buffington, a less than stellar performance. The only good news right now, perhaps for Providence, is the bases are no longer loaded. So Christy Mathewson at second, George Van Haltren at first. For Eddie Collins. Collins, nothing in 3 attempts against this Providence pitching staff today. Struck out his last time up. Collins hard to strike out. Charlie Sweeney with the 1-2 to Collins. Fastball. Collins swings. Fly ball to right. Keeler going back on it and brings it down. Mathewson tagging at second. He will make third. So runners at the corners for Philadelphia. 2 away now for Bill Joyce. Van Haltren at first has 38 steals on the season. Bill Joyce 1 for 2 against Providence. Oh, D. Scott Howard has been waiting for this. Look, it's Sweeney Todd. Nice. All right, that one wins pun of the evening. That one wins. Far and away, hands down, no matter how you look at it. D. Scott Howard comes in with the zinger. And the glove back up again. Cousin Ken, pretty liberal. He waited all year for that. The perfect conjunction of all things. 5-4, this has become a ball game. And Cousin Ken Castro wanting to look at his bullpen again. So the Providence leader not afraid to use his bullpen. And remember, Cousin Ken, as you're looking at those numbers across there, it gives you percentages for pitcher and each batter. Jack Chesbro. All right, Chesbro coming in on short rest. Sweeney's day is done. Jack Chesbro's line in the season at 2.37 earned run average, 18 wins, 15 losses, 319 and 1/3 innings pitched, 81 walks and 133 strikeouts. Looking to get 1 out. Mathewson at third, Van Haltren at first. Ewing with the sign. Chesbro shakes him off. Now has one he likes. Here is the 2-2 pitch to Bill Joyce. Joyce swings, line to right to Kjeld Eberfeld, who makes a leaping grab. Middle of the 7th, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. It's now Providence 5, Philadelphia 4. Todd B coming in with the most ironic statement here. Ken's games are boring. Good God. Todd B speaking to the fact that Ken's games are, as our esteemed Clinton Parks would say, they're cardiac league affairs. And here is Buck Ewing. Will be followed by Kid Elberfeld, and we'll see whether manager Castro will go to his bench. For Chesbro, he's been hitting that bullpen pretty hard. We shall see. Maddie now just a run behind. We'll see whether Mathewson can work into a groove. The line in these teams thus far: Providence 5-5-2, Philadelphia 4-7-4. Philadelphia stranded 6, Providence only 1. Things falling apart in the 7th for Philadelphia. Or for things falling apart for Providence, I should say. No breeze to speak of here now. I was going to talk about the winds of change shifting, but that would not be apt. Matty deals the 2-0 to Ewing. Ewing swings, fly ball. This one routine to right. Mike Tiernan making the easy catch out there at position number 9. And here is Kid Elberfeld. Shortstop has flied out twice. Chesbro waits on deck. Matty brings it home. The 1-0. Elberfeld, little number to short. Davis trying to make quick work of this ball, but he's not going to get Elberfeld. So Elberfeld beats it out and picks up the infield hit. And here is Jack Chesbro. We will pause and see whether Cousin Ken wants a pinch hitter or he's just going to go for the sac bunt here. PQ Ribbon asking, were Philadelphia fans always boo birds? The glove goes up from manager Cousin Ken Castro. Lineup. There you go. And we'll go to batters. Good ball game here tonight. Showing Providence in 4th place. Providence actually tied for 3rd. Wheels turning in that Providence dugout here at Huntington Avenue Rounds. You are welcome, Cousin Ken. Chesbro in the box now. We're going to wait to see whether this is a sac bunt, which should be with Cousin Ken Castro, though you never know. Hit away. All right. Again. All right, infield looking bunt. Larkin in at first. Joyce in at 3rd. Matty throws over. Elberfeld back. Kid Elberfeld with 23 steals in the season. One away here in the bottom of the 7th. Matty works to Chesbro. Here is the 1-2 delivery. Chesbro swinging away. Fly ball to left field. This one high, this one deep. And this one is off the wall. Elberfeld going to 3rd. Chesbro at second. Elberfeld will come in to score. Jack Chesbro with an RBI double, and Providence adds a little bit of insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. It is now 6-4. What a call by Cousin Ken Castro, as conventional baseball wisdom would say to go for the sac bunt, but he knows that Chesbro a pretty good hitter. Sliding Billy Hamilton. Yep, as Robbie Wertberg says, nice call there. Todd B calling it divine intervention. Glove going up, bunt for hit. Hamilton 2 for 3 today, including 2 steals and 2 runs scored. Chesbro at second. That ball was almost out of here. Mathewson delivers, and they're going to intentionally walk Hamilton to get to Keeler to set up the potential double play. Wee Willie Keeler also with 2 steals in the game. RBI single back in the 1st. Christopher Slovic saying, so Beatles, what's the longest a simulated game has ever gone? In this one, we had a 17-inning game, I believe. That's in this one, Christopher. Had a couple longer ones on my channel, but I can't remember. But in this particular league, It was 17 innings. It was St. Louis. I believe it was St. Louis and Providence, if memory serves. I'd have to dig back into this league file and look. Christopher was thinking about today when I was on the Out of the Park boards, trying to get any mention of what's going to be coming out for Out of the Park 24. But as usual, Marcus, Matt, and company, and Lucas, all those guys are being notoriously tight-lipped, not giving out anything yet on Out of the Park 24, but really looking forward to see what they're going to bring to the table. All right. So Keeler at the bat, and we have the glove here from Cousin Ken Castro. Looking bunt. Are we doing bunt for base hit, or are we bunting for a sacrifice here, Cousin Ken? Christopher Slovic says, for Out of the Park, we need better graphics for immersive experience. Getting there, but I agree with you. I mean, definitely getting there. Bunt for hit, gotcha. Out of the Park baseball certainly has come a long way, that's for sure. Keeler, a superb bunter. Matty deals to Keeler. We'll see if he tries for a bunt base hit, and he gets it down, but Myers getting on this ball quickly. It was looking bunt from Keeler. Keeler retired with a second out. Hamilton and Chesbro move up. So 2 in scoring position, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th, and a run in. Chesbro at third, Hamilton at second. Yeah, they are definitely going to be mind-bending, PQ River, saying in the next 10 years. Yeah, I've been doing some AI stuff for generating SEO for a website that I'm building, search engine optimization, and it's absolutely amazing, though, what people are doing with AI now. It's crazy, it's awesome, it's fun. Joe Kelly now nothing for 3, batting with 2 down, 2 in scoring position. Matty from the stretch in the 0-1 to Kelly, and they've just intentionally walked Joe Kelly to get to John McGraw. So Providence with the bases loaded. Could this backfire on Big Six and the Philadelphia Quakers? McGraw is 1 for 3 in the game. RBI single in the 6th, scoring Willie Keeler. Chesbro at third, Hamilton at second, Kelly at first, 2 down. Bottom of the 7th, bases loaded. Christy Mathewson from the stretch in the 0-2 to McGraw. And McGraw, this one on the inside corners for Steve Reich 3. Providence leaves him loaded, but does pick up another run on 2 hits, no errors. We go to the 8th inning. It's Providence 6, Philadelphia 4. Mike Tiernan, Chief Myers, and Henry Larkin due up. So Jack Chesbro has worked a third of an inning in this game and had himself an RBI double. Tiernan 1 for 3, single back in the 5th. Jack Chesbro winds and fires the 1-2. Tiernan cuts on the fastball, this one to Hal Chase. They were playing him shallow, and Chase will back up and take it to the bag unassisted to retire Mike Tiernan for out number 1. PQ River says he's considering a podcast where he reads the baseball news from the Evening World, 1910, April 1st to the end of season, day by day. Wow. That would be cool. That would be super cool. Yeah. That would be something I would definitely tune into. I'm sure Cousin Ken would as well. He just says PQ, do it. So there we go. That would be brilliant. All right, back to action here in the Ned McGreevy League. Chief Myers, 1 for 2. 1 down. Myers with the sacrifice, scoring Tiernan in the 5th, and then a single back in the 7th. He walked back in the 1st. Chesbro has the sign from catcher Buck Ewing, the 3-1 delivery now. Change up to Myers, and Myers lays off and draws the walk, and the tying run comes to the plate. Henry Larkin, the first baseman, is 2 for 3 against Providence today. 2 singles. Myers with 8 steals, perched at first. Here is the wind and the 1-1 pitch from Jack Chesbro. Fastball swung on, fly ball to center. Billy Hamilton going way over to his left. His healer goes back. Hamilton calls him off to make the catch. 1 down. Myers back at first. 2 down for center fielder Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas, 1 for 3. A single back in the 7th. Chesbro kicks and fires the 1-0 to Thomas. Fastball swung on. Oh, great comeback to the mound. Great play by Chesbro. Hurries his throw, but gets it to Chase to retire the side. So nothing across for the Quakers, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tight ball game here, 6-4. How Chase, Bid McPhee, and Buck Ewing do up for Providence Liberty Tree. Yeah, you know you hit the big time when the corn bots visit. Absolutely. PQ River, congrats, my friend. This is new laptop on the way with much RAM. There you go. Or new laptop with much RAM on the way. No such thing as too much RAM. You'll be able to do crazy things. What brand are you getting, if I might ask, PQ River? I'm using an Asus Strix, and I love it, and I hope to pick up another Strix this year. These are fantastic computers made by Asus. This thing's still fast, but I want to make it strictly for music production and get something a little bit more for today. So this computer I got in 2020, so in April, so this one's 3 years old. Still holds up, can run everything out there with no problem, but want to pick up another Strix. All right. Oh man, you and I need to talk, so you do music as well. Awesome. So then you know, I don't know what you play. I sing and play keyboards, and when I've got stuff on here like Omnisphere, Falcon, the Arturia collection, all that stuff. So love to have the horsepower. Some of those contact instruments are crazy as well. And the stuff from Dawson, like Abyss, big on the CPU, as well as Yuhi's Diva. We need to talk music, PQ River. You might be one of the folks I will clue in on my new channel, because there will be some synthesis stuff on there, theory stuff, what have you. All right, so Hal Chase will lead it off here. He bats in the number 5 slot. Matty with the 1-2 delivery. Mathewson has struck out 2, walked 2. Fly ball to right by Chase, and Tiernan had him played perfectly. 1 up, 1 down. PQ Rivers says he's too scattered. Oh, I'm scattered all over the place, man. Scattered is good. Nothing for 3 for Bid McPhee. Is grounded to short twice and lined to short, so has a little bit of a kind of symbiotic thing going on with George Davis. 1-1 to McPhee. McPhee, solid base hit into left field. Van Halteren trying to corral this ball. McPhee slides into second, and they're going to score it a double. See Van Halteren just scrambling to keep a ball in front of him. They're going to score it a double. 1 away and 1 in scoring position as cousin Ken Castro putting up the glove. Waiting on the call here from Cousin as he gloves it up again, and I've done nothing. Run and hit. All right. So Buck Ewing is nothing for 3. He's flied out twice and struck out. Providence calling for the run and hit here with McPhee at second. McPhee projected to steal 48 on the season. Has stolen 5, so he does have wheels. Matty deals now, and they've intentionally walked Buck Ewing. I don't think Christy Mathewson has intentionally walked so many hitters as in today's game. McPhee at second, Ewing at first, and that brings up Kid Elberfeld. Elberfeld is 1 for 3 as we get Elberfeld there in stereo. Glove going up again. Yep, Robbie, it's not the proper attitude. As you say, I doubt or I can't. You've already proven yourself. You've already proven your case. Clay Baseball Stand says I think it was about third or fourth grade when he realized he didn't have writing talent. Stenzel to PH. I was wondering when you were going to call in Jake Stenzel, to be honest with you, cuz. All right, and let's look at what are we looking at here? So Jake Stenzel will come in. Stenzel, good numbers on the year. Not a lot of at-bats, but Jake Stenzel seems to have been clutch in the past for Providence, batting .353, a home run, 10 runs batted in. And there's Aaron Reed making it to the ballpark here at midnight on the East Coast. Matty delivers to Jake Stenzel, the count even on the center fielder. And Stenzel cuts and misses. Mathewson picking out strikeout number 3. 2 away, and here is Jack Chesbro came on in relief. And Chesbro with the RBI double, scoring Kid Elberfeld back in the 7th to give Providence a little safer margin, as Robbie's hero, Ernie Harwell, would say. Matty deals. Full count. Johnny Evers into pinch hit and promptly strikes out. We go to the 9th, and for Providence, we will need a pitcher and a shortstop. Providence holding on to a 6-4 lead. Everyone greeting the man of 1,000 voices, as dubbed unto him by Sir Steve Tate. Old Hoss Radbourne. He will come in to pitch. So Cousin Ken, are we keeping Evers in the games? Well, actually, who are we keeping? We got Stenzel, Evers, and need a shortstop. So we'll hold on for this decision. Roster look. All right, we've got a. Let's see. We'll cancel out of this. I know it's going to yell, I need a pitcher. All right. Providence roster and possible double switch. Breaking the action here in the city of brotherly love in this tight game between Providence Liberty Tree and the Philadelphia Quakers. Real lively chat going on a Wednesday night here on this channel. So nice to see that. Wheels turning, so Dunlop to short. All right, Fred Dunlap will go to short. So we're sitting Stenzel or Evers, that's what I want to know. Aaron Reed going full retro. Okay, so Evers will sit. All right. wait. Oops. Oh, yeah, Evers will sit. So we're going to put the pitcher in 8. Okay. Dunlap will play short. Oh, come on. Right, okay. This game is so picky. All right, Radbourn is going to go in. Don't you just love it? So Stenzel going to have to take a seat anyhow, so that was all for naught. And Dunlap, where are you? There you go. Dunlap at short. I already put in a new pitcher. Oh my God. There. This is a little clunky. There we go. All right. We are good to go. And here we go now, top of the 9th action. Will Christie Mathewson bat. Mathewson, and then the top of the order for Philadelphia, George Van Haltren. George Davis, Old Hoss Radbourn called upon in a save situation here. A calamitous 7th inning for Providence as Philadelphia plated 3. There you can see the tail of the tape. Cousin Ken says he got to live or die with Old Hoss Radbourn. Matty 1 for 3, and Sox Seabold into pinch hit. 290 average in the season. 18 runs batted in. This is going to be a loud out to right. 1 up, 1 down. Back at the top of the order, and George Van Haltren. Van Haltren has nothing for 3 and a walk. Radbourn looking to save it here. 2-2 pitch to Van Haltren. Chopper to second. Ben McPhee up with an underhand toss to Hal Chase. And Van Haltren just too fast. Van Haltren with the infield hit, and the tying run comes to the plate of George Davis. And Cousin Ken Castro says if they tie it, D. Scott Howard, Billy leads off. George Davis, nothing for 4. Radbourn looking for a possible double play here. Van Haltren speedy though, 38 on the season. Infield hit. These teams tied at 8 hits apiece. Radbourn throws over. Van Haltren dives in ahead of Chase's tag, and he is safe. Radbourn comes home with again the 1-1 pitch. Davis swings, liner right to McPhee. They throw to Chase, doubling up Van Haltren, and what an ending to this great ball game. Providence wins it 6-4. So once again, great managing by Ken Castro, and what a crazy ending to this game. Talk about living and dying with Old Hoss Radbourn. So, Providence and Philadelphia with identical records at 73 wins, 69 losses. George Mullen gets the win for Providence. He goes to 4-8. Christie Mathewson taking the loss for Philadelphia. He goes to 20-15. The line for Victoria's Providence: 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. For Philadelphia, 4 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors. Let's take a quick look at pitching. And you can see there's been a lot of them. So first, Mathewson, who took the loss, went 8 innings. Not a sharp performance by Big Six by any stretch of the imagination. 6 runs, 3 of those earned, walked 3, struck out 4. Matty with a 2.25 earned run average now. So Mullen gets the start and gets the win. 5 2/3 inning, despite a legion of pitchers here. 5 2/3 innings worked, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Jack Taylor came in, worked a third of an inning, gave up a run. It was earned. Buffington, not a good day for Charlie. A third of an inning, 2 runs, both earned. Sweeney worked a third of an inning. Jack Chesbro, 1 1/3, walked 1, had that big double, and Old Hoss Radbourn gets the save. and worked an inning. A miscellaneous. Oh, first our highlights. For Philadelphia, Chief Myers went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. And for Providence, Sliding Billy Hamilton goes 2 for 3 with 2 stolen bases and a ton of runs scored. And let's see, how many Sliding Billy? So Sliding Billy off his mark tonight, man. Last night he stole 5. Tonight he steals 2. Wee Willie Keeler with 2 steals as well. John McGraw picked up 1, so that's for Providence. Mike Tiernan for Philadelphia picked up a steal as well. Of course, you saw the caught stealing, the put off, and put outs, and all that. Let's just go down to it here. The game-winning RBI was Wee Willie Keeler. The MVP, Wee Willie Keeler. And Mullen ejected, George Mullen ejected for calling balls and strikes. All right, we'll let these refresh, and we'll see what else we have here. We have another possible good one here at Bellingham and Butler. Cleveland and Carolina. Carolina, a chance to play spoiler. We'll probably do that game. Not sure yet. But let's do St. Louis, Liverpool, and Arsenal at Manchester, as those are both, St. Louis and Liverpool especially, pretty much meaningless. All right, let's autoplay that one. And St. Louis beats Liverpool 6-4. Bob Carruthers gets the win. He goes to 13-16. Babe Adams tagged with a loss for the Liverpool Fabs. He goes to 9-15. Trispeaker for Liverpool goes 3 for 4 with a double. Arsenal and Manchester. Manchester handily defeats Arsenal 5-1. Jack Feaster with the win there, 13-7 is his record. Stan Kovaleski for Arsenal falls to 7-5. Cupid Childs goes 3 for 4 for Manchester with a double and 2 stolen bases. That leaves Bellingham and Butler and Cleveland at Carolina. Carolina could play some spoiler here, so let's let our standings refresh here before we decide what to do here at 12:12 a.m. So as far as the championship goes, right, the first place, 5 teams are now eliminated: Bellingham, Liverpool, Carolina, Arsenal, and St. Louis. So what does that leave? Cleveland, 2 games from elimination, and Philadelphia, Providence, and Butler, each at 1. Cleveland, 7.5 back of Manchester in second place. Philadelphia and Providence, 8 back, tied for third. Butler in fourth place at 8.5 back. And Bellingham still in the running for that the visiting team slot in the World Series. Here is the Cubs, the Bears. He says in his memoirs, I think John McGraw mentioned he learned all of his baseball acumen from Cousin Ken Castro. I believe I read that somewhere, to Cubs, the Bears. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. So great job managing by Cousin Ken Castro tonight. You're welcome, Tim, and thank you for coming in. All right. So, trying to decide whether autoplay or do one more here. I think we'll do one more. Why not? Of course, we are. Oh, yeah, right. Would have loved to have hung with John McGraw. Same here. We are cutting into Robbie Wartburg's streaming time, though. And need to figure out something hopefully tomorrow a little bit with Aaron Reed to try to get a couple of his games going. 20 in here. Thank you very much. Cousin Ken says, yep, another. All right. So we can do Bellingham and Butler. We can do Cleveland and Carolina. I'm kind of inclined to do Cleveland and Carolina. Because I don't think Christopher Slovic is still in here. And we don't have either of the home managers if Christopher's not here. Christopher hard at work in Pakistan. Aaron Reed. So Aaron, so to me, while it's still dark, when you say later today, so for me it's still Wednesday. For you, it's Thursday. So let's do Cleveland, Carolina. So if you mean tomorrow, as in Thursday, yep, absolutely. You should have some time. Doing some work on a website I'm doing, but definitely we'll have some time, Aaron. Not a problem, man. All right, Cleveland will visit Carolina. And Carolina will be quote-unquote human-controlled, and here we go. Boy, we haven't been in this ballpark for a while. Griffith Stadium. And here we go. Let's get the lineup set. And it's going to be Jim Bagby for Cleveland. So Carolina facing a right-hander. All right, and let's look at the pitchers. And it's going to be Cy Young. Yo! All right, Cy Young it is. So Cy Young versus Jim Bagby. Let's get to the ballpark. Robbie, you can stream. You don't have to, like I've said before, buddy. Don't feel badly. If you want to go ahead and do a game, pal. It's all good. All right, welcome to Griffith Stadium for the second game of our doubleheader. We're at Griffith Stadium now for this game between second place Cleveland and the Carolina Crackers. So Cleveland Spiders, Carolina Crackers. Jim Bagby will take the hill for Cleveland. 4 starts in the year, 5-5 with an ERA of 2.11. This will be his second starts against the Crackers, and against them he is 1-0 with a 1.00 earned run average. And Cy Young will take the mound for the Carolina Crackers. 31 starts in the year, and Young is 18-13 with an ERA of 2.23. This will be his 4th start against the Cleveland Spiders, and against them he is 1-2, a 2.33 earned run average. Cleveland third baseman home run Baker at a 17-game hitting streak. At game time, it is 74 degrees and the wind speed 10 miles per hour left to right. It's a sunny day. And let's play ball.
Play ball!
Sounds like we have an echo here. Big game here for Cleveland and Carolina. A chance to just play a little bit of spoiler baseball. And here is Sam Thompson to lead it off. Right fielder for Cleveland, Hall of Famer. One of the great stars of the 19th century. Sam is hitting .265 with 3 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Cy Young and Duke Farrell, the battery ready to go here. Young has finished his warm-up pitches. And here's the first pitch of the game. Thompson swings. This one fly ball to left. Zach Wheat coming in on it and makes the catch. One down. Carolina, a team that started strong earlier in the season. And just a bit of a slide at 69-72. The Spiders at 73-68. And here is home run Baker. And as we said at the top of the game, 17-game hitting streak for home run Baker. He is hitting 284, 2 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Here's the delivery to Baker. Baker swings, fly ball to left. Zach Wheat once again making the call and the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Cleveland, and here's Napoleon Lajoie. And shock, 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 his batting average dropped 1/1000th of a point. So he is hitting .339 right now. 92 runs, or 92 runs batted in for him. Cy Young's 0-1 pitch. Lajoie swings, clean base hit into left. Zach Weed up with it. Lajoie making a big turn at first. And Lajoie will hold 2 down. Runner aboard for Cleveland for Fred Tenney. Fred Tenney hitting .296. No home runs and 33 runs batted in for him. Napoleon Lajoie, 23 steals. Good lead off first. Cy Young delivers. Lefty Tenney swings in the first pitch. There goes Lajoie, the throw down by Farrell. And Lajoie is caught stealing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Cleveland nothing, and Carolina coming to bat. Carolina will send up Fielder Jones to lead it off here, followed by Larry Doyle and then Sam Crawford. Fielder hitting a .194, 20 runs batted in. Gibson sets the target for Jim Bagby, who winds and fires. The 0-2 delivery to Fielder Jones, swung on, and this one grounded hard to first. Fred Tenney taking it on the hop to retire Fielder Jones. 1 up, 1 down for second baseman Larry Doyle, long time of the Giants. Doyle hitting .276, 2 homers, 31 runs batted in. Infield looking bunt. Tenney in at first, Baker in at third. Bagby's 3-0 to Larry Doyle. This fastball, and Doyle chops this one to third. Baker up with it, and the long throw across the diamond to Tenney. This is going to be close, and Larry Doyle beats it out. So infield single for Larry Doyle. These teams tied in hits. And here is Sam Crawford. Sam Crawford having a rather disappointing season, hitting .263 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Larry Doyle has swiped 32 this season. Gibson sets up the target for Jim Bagby, who throws over. Doyle back ahead of the Tenney tag. Bagby now with the 1-0. There goes Doyle, the throw down. Nope, this one a hit and run, and Lajoie will go to Tenney, and that one looks like the inning ending. No, it is not an inning ending double play. So Doyle will make it to second. 2 away runner in scoring position for Zach Wheat. Zach Wheat hitting .282. 2 home runs, 49 runs batted in. The delivery, the 0-1 to Zach Wheat, curveball. Swung on, fly ball to center field. Dummy Hoy has it for the final out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on, and after 1, we're scoreless here at Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C. Fred Tenney will lead it off, be followed by Dummy Hoy and Gabby Kravitz for Cleveland here in the top of the second. Fred Tenney hitting a .296 clip with 33 runs batted in. Cy Young delivers the 0-1 to Tenney. Tenney swings this one up the middle, and Donnie Bush has it at short on to Fred Luderis at first for the 6-3 putout. And as I've said, as this line's down, I do want to try to mouse over some of these guys so you can see their faces. So here's Donnie Bush, Fred Luderis at first. And here's Dummy Hoy. Hoy hitting just .176, 2 home runs, 44 ribbies. Young brings it home, the 2-1 delivery to Hoy. Change up, and this one grounded to short. Donnie Bush ranging to his right, up with it, and throws down to Fred Luderis. In plenty of weight. This throw gets away from Luderis, and Dummy Hoy ends up at second. That one sort of lulled me away. That should have been a routine 6-3 putout, but instead, Donnie Bush with a bad throw. This one getting over Fred Luderis' head. I couldn't see it, and he uncorked it. Luderis unable to get to that ball. So Dummy Hoy perched at second for Cleveland here. 1 down. Dummy Hoy in scoring position for Gabby Kravitz, who's hitting .206, 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. And we see Kravitz there sporting the bit of a smirk. Gabby Kravitz, actually a very educated man, would go on to become a judge. Young checks Hoy at first. Hoy with a pretty decent lead. Dummy Hoy with 42 steals in the season. Young brings it home. The 1-1 delivery to Kravitz. Kravitz swings. Little chopper to short. Donnie Bush has to hurry on this ball. Throws over to Luderis. This is going to be close. Kravitz beats it out. Or no, they got him. They got him. I'm sorry. And Hoy comes around to score. So that one was a weird delay play. Let's look at that one again. It's 1-0 Cleveland. So Kravitz, little chopper, Bush coming in on it, and over. And Hoy is already rounding third to get Kravitz on a close play, and Hoy will score. Yep. All right, 2 away, and again, that's one of the weird anomalies in Action PC Baseball. One of the things that you really don't have to worry about out of the park, but still, we take it because it's a great game and we get an accurate assessment of what went on anyhow. 2 away for Ray Chapman. Chapman hitting 193, home run, 47 runs batted in. We did have a game in which we got to see Carl Mays and Chapman facing one another, and we're able to tell that rather poignant, rather sad story, really, about Ray Chapman. The 1-2 pitch now. Chapman swings. Fly ball to right. Sam Crawford ranging back on this ball, and he will make the catch to retire the side. But 1 run for the Cleveland Spiders. 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the second we go. Cleveland leading this one 1-0. As PQ Rivers said, made some Ovaltine. Yeah, so my mom's a big Ovaltine fan. So, not that anybody cares, but just making some commentary here. Heine Groh now in there. Groh hitting 259. He's got 53 ribbies in the season. Jing Bagby thus far is another walk nor struck out a batter. Johnny Bush waits on deck. Bagby into his wind, and the 1-0 delivery to Groh. Groh swings in this fastball. This one just tying the air to right, but Sam Thompson having played perfectly. 1 down here in the bottom of the second as shortstop Donnie Bush steps into the box, bats lefty, hitting 235, a home run, 36 runs batted in for the former Detroit Tiger shortstop. Jim Bagby wheels and deals the 0-1. Curveball to Bush. This one chopped on and sent to third, and Chapman up with it easily and over to Fred Tenney for the 6-3 putout and out number 2. Got to watch when you call these games because very common in the 19th century and the dead ball era for high error rates. Duke Farrell now hitting 242, 42 runs batted in, which makes modern games a little bit more strange for me to call because I'm waiting for that error and they usually don't come. Bagby delivers to Farrell, 2 down, the 1-1. Farrell, hard grounder to third. Frank Baker up with it and onto Fred Tenney, and plenty of time to retire Farrell and the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 complete here at Griffith. It's 1-0 Spiders over the Crackers. George Gibson, Jim Bagby, and Sam Thompson due up for these Cleveland Spiders. Gibson hitting 236 or 235, a home run, 41 runs batted in. Both of these teams' colors a bit weird to see. Young comes home with it. The 1-1 pitch. Gibson swings. Chopping ground ball to Doyle at second. Textbook 4-3 putout onto Fred Luderis. 1 away for Jim Bagby. So Bagby is 0 for 19 as a hitter in the season. Bats lefty. Cy Young's delivery. Bagby swings. And this one lofted to left. Zach Wheat going back about a step and a half makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And we are back at the top of the order for Sam Thompson. Arnold Hunter joining us here at the ballpark today. Good to see you, Arnold. Says, hi, Beatles. Are we still going to do what you and I have discussed? Take over the world. I'm not. Which have we discussed, Arnold? It's been a crazy couple days. Please refresh my memory. I know it was something cool. I'm sorry. My brain hurts. My brain hurts. I'm sorry. Work has been insane. Sam Thompson back at the top of the order. Cy Young delivers the 1-2 pitch. And this one in at the knees, called strike 3. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's 1-0. Cousin Ken says, a strip club? Okay, now I'm in some sort of twilight zone here. Fred Luteris, Cy Young, and then Fielder Jones due up for the Carolina Crackers. Fred Luteris hitting 186, 31 runs batted in, including a homer. Jim Bagby with the 1-0 delivery. Luteris swings. Fly ball, center field. Hoy ranging to his right and in, makes the catch. Arnold Hunter. Okay, yes, do please reach out to me, Arnold. My mind is just a scramble these late days. Thank you, my friend, and I will definitely check that out. But yes, we will do. As soon as I remember what it is, I'll be, yeah, man, let's do that. All right, Cy Young batting with one down here. Young hitting 124 on the season, 9 ribbies. Believe it or not, 4 home runs for old Cy. Bagby with the 0-1 delivery. Young lines this one, and Ray Chapman making a leaping grab. 2 down. So big play there by Chapman. This one would have gone for extra bases, or at least a very loud single for Cy Young. And that brings up the top of the order now for Carolina and Fielder Jones, who grounded to first. Bagby brings it home, the 1-0 fastball. Fielder Jones, routine grounder to second. Lajoie to Tenney. Side retired. Carolina goes quietly. We go to the top of the fourth, and it's a 1-0 Cleveland Spiders lead. One error in this game, and that was committed by the Crackers. The Crackers also stranded one. Spiders with 1 hit and 1 run. Frank Baker looking to extend this hitting streak beyond 17 games. And fly to left center back in the first. Cy Young brings it home. Payoff pitch to Baker. Baker draws the walk. This one high up and in, and Baker aboard. 24 steals on the season for home run Baker. And here's Napoleon Lajoie, who is 1 for 1. And Lajoie's batting average now increased that 1/1000th of a point. He is back to hitting .340. Absolute beast in this league. Baker, good lead off first. Cy Young with a check of the runner. Throws over, and diving back and safe under the Luteris tag is home run Baker. Young brings it to Lajoie. The 2-1 delivery, fastball, and clean base hit to right for extra bases. Baker will round second and go to third. Lajoie rounding first, and coming around third is Baker. He will score, and Napoleon Lajoie with the RBI triple, and it is 2-0. That is Lajoie's 10th triple of the season, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Cleveland Spiders. Lajoie 90 feet away, potential third run, as Fred Tenney, the first baseman, stands in, batting from the left, grounded to short back in the second. Farrell sets up. Young nods and delivers. Full count to Tenney. Fastball, comebacker to the mound. Cy Young quickly fires across to Luteris to retire Tenney. Lajoie will hold third. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning, or the top of the 4th inning. As P. Caribber says, nice. And here comes Dummy Hoy, who is nothing for one. Hoy was safe on a throwing error back in the second. Lajoie at third, one down. RBI triple for him here in the fourth. Young with a 2-0 fastball. Hoy swings. This one line to right. And Sam Crawford plays it on the bounce. RBI for Dummy Hoy. Napoleon Lajoie comes in to score. It is 3-0. So here come the Spiders, showing why they have been pretty dominant down the stretch as well. Cleveland, not a fast start in this season. Came on about mid-season and climb for a while, keeping pace with first place Manchester. Manchester at one point actually fell out of first place. But now Manchester with a 7.5 game lead. Manchester easily winning its game tonight. Gavin Kravitz is has an RBI 0 for 1, but scoring Hoy back in the second. Hoy could lead off first, one down. Cy Young brings it home. There goes Hoy, the throw down by Farrell, the tag, not in time. Steal number 43 for Dummy Hoy. Todd B says, nice to see I'm ahead, but his eyes are saying go to bed. Todd B, sleep well, my friend. Seems like your team is doing well. Todd B, like me, understands the long, crazy hour stuff. As PQ River says, fading, but this is nice to fade too. All right, gents. Thanks for coming in tonight. All right, Gavin Kravitz now. He is nothing for one, scoring Hoy back in the second. Hoy in scoring position, one down. Cy Young with the delivery. The 1-0 base hit into right center field. Fielder Jones going over, getting the ball, but coming in to score will be Dummy Hoy, and that is run number 4 for Cleveland. So 3 plated here in the fourth, 4-0. Kravitz aboard with the RBI, still one down. Cy Young not able to get the elusive second out. And here is Ray Chapman, and I do have to remember to change the colors for Carolina. Change that gray to white or that to a darker color. That is so tricky to see. So Chapman flied out back in the second. Kravitz on at first. Kravitz with only 6 steals. Cy Young brings it home. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball to Chapman. Chapman slaps this one to second. Doyle will go to Bush to retire the lead runner for the second out. So in the fielder's choice, Chapman aboard at first. He has 22 steals. And it brings up Moon Gibson. Gibson nothing for one in today's game. He's grounded to second. Here is Cy Young's delivery. Gibson swinging on the first pitch. The runner goes. The throw down. And Chapman is caught stealing to end the inning. But 3 runs across for Cleveland on 3 hits. There were no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Cleveland Spiders 4, the Carolina Crackers nothing. Due up, Larry Doyle, Sam Crawford, and Zach Wheat for Carolina. Carolina coming into this game 69 and 72. Spiders at 73 and 68, 7.5 behind Manchester. Doyle 1 for 1 against Jim Bagby. Infield single back in the first. Gibson sets up. Bagby nods and fires the 1-2 to Doyle. Doyle swings. Comebacker to Bagby. Bagby fielding this grounder nicely onto Fred Tenney, and Doyle will be out in number 1. Waiting for Sam Crawford to do something big in a game that we've been watching, and it hasn't happened. One of the greatest hitters all time in the game, and one of the first great power hitters in baseball. Sam Crawford, all-time, lifetime leader in triples with 312 for Sam Crawford. Wahoo Sam, nothing for one today, grounded to second. Bagby delivers now the 1-2 pitch to Sam. Fastball. Crawford, clean base hit into right. Up with it is Sam Thompson, gets it into Lajoie. Sam Thompson has stolen 25, one down for Zach Wheat. So Carolina making a little bit of noise with one down. Zach Wheat is nothing for one in today's contest. Fly to deep center. Bagby throws over, Crawford back in, plenty of time. Bagby goes into his wind, the 1-0 delivery to Zach Wheat. Wheat pops this one behind the plate. Gibson looks like he's going to have plenty of room as he tosses aside the mask. Part of the tools of ignorance to retire Zach Wheat for out number 2. Third sacker now, Heine Groh up for these Crackers, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. Groh gave it a ride to very deep right, but the stewardess was not on board. So a very loud out for him. Bagby throws over, Crawford back again. Bagby with a check of the runner, peers home, has the sign. And there goes Sam Crawford, the throw down. They don't get Wahoo Sam. Stolen base, 26. So Gibson came up gunning, but Crawford got a good jump on him. So runner in scoring position here. And Heine Groh back in the box with 2 down. Here in the 4th. The delivery by Jim Bagby. Groh swings. Hot grounder to third. And Baker up with it. And he will throw to Fred Tenney. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left. 4 in the books here at Griffith Stadium. It's Cleveland 4, Carolina nothing. Cleveland will lead it off here in the top of the 5th with George Gibson. Gibson grounded to second, back in the 3rd. Cy Young with a strikeout and a walk in the game thus far. And Gibson swinging on the first pitch, line to first, right to Fred Luderis. 1 up, 1 down. Good contact by Gibson, but Luderis making a nice snag on the frozen rope, 1 away. Jim Bagby flied to very deep left, back in the 3rd. Then we swing around to the top of the order, and right fielder Sam Thompson. Bagby bats from the left. Cy Young with the 2-0 delivery to Bagby. Fastball cut on. Fly ball to right, should be no trouble for Mr. Crawford. And he does indeed make the play. 2 down. Back at the top of the order, right fielder Sam Thompson. He's flied to left center and struck out. Cy Young with the 1-0. Thompson smokes this one to short, and Donnie Bush making a nice play. And that is it for Cleveland. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cleveland with a right now 4-0 lead as we're in the middle of the middle innings. Donnie Bush, Duke Farrell, and Fred Luderis due up for Carolina here in the bottom of the 5th. Bush is grounded to short. Gibson sets the target. Jim Bagby rears and fires the 0-1 fastball. And Donnie Bush, liner to right, and this one is going to go foul. Bush with an 0-2 count. Here it comes. Bush swings, straightens this one out. Grounded to first. Fred Tenney will take this one 3 unassisted. 1 away. Duke Farrell, or as Todd B called him, Jackie Gleason, steps in, and here we go. We'll let him pop up. There we go. Farrell nothing for 1. Grounded to third. Bagby brings it home. The 1-0. And Duke Farrell, liner, and great play. A diving catch by Dummy Hoy in center. It's a 2 away here as Fred Luderis steps in. So Carolina getting some frustration going here. Fly to deep center in the 3rd. and in their daily perambulations, not perambulating the bases at all. Just 2 hits for Crackers. Luderus swings, and this one up the middle, but coming over to his left. Ray Chapman throws. This is going to be close. This one getting by Luderus. Or I'm sorry, getting by Fred Tenney. Again, these colors are so close. So Luderus aboard thanks to the error. That's number 41 by Ray Chapman, E6. And here is Cy Young. Cy Young lined to short back in the 3rd. Bagby delivers the 0-2 to Cy Young. And Cy Young comebacker to Bagby. This one should end the inning. Bagby to Tenney on the 1-3 putout, and that is it. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error, 5 in the books now. Cleveland still maintaining its 4-0 lead over Carolina. World's Worst Gamer says goodnight, Todd B. Dream of a Cleveland World Series win, because that is the only place you ever see one anytime soon. Ouch. Cousin Ken Castro saying just before that he envisions a 1-game playoff between Todd B and himself. Not sure how this one's going to shake out. Manchester pretty much has first place locked up, but who knows what's going to happen. These 2nd and 3rd place teams battling like crazy. All right, home run Baker, Nap Lajoie, and Fred Tenney. Baker with that 17-game hitting streak has flied to left center, and he was walked in the 4th. Cy Young has fanned one and given a free pass to one. Full count to Baker. Baker swings. This one lined to right and lined right to Sam Crawford. So 1 away for Napoleon Lajoie. And it's ticked up another 1,000th of a point. Lajoie back at 341. Lajoie with a single, so he is 2 for 2. An RBI triple back in the 4th that scored home run Baker. Farrell sets up, and here Young sets and delivers the 0-1. Swung on, line to 3rd, and that will be for out number 2. And here is Fred Tenney. So we get a little look at Heine Groh there. Rather good-looking dude there. Good smile right at the camera. Nice and confident. Young brings it home. First pitch, fouled back. 0-1 on Fred Tenney. First baseman back in. He's grounded out twice. Grounded back to Young his last time up. Swings, and this one looks like it's going to be a routine out to right. And right into Sam Thompson's glove. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th we go, and it is 4-0 in favor of Cleveland over Carolina. Fielder Jones back at the top of the order for the Crackers, followed by Larry Doyle and Sam Crawford. Jones 0 for 2 in the game. Jones has grounded out twice, to first and to second. Bagby would like him to ground to short, just go all the way around the horn, he says. Bagby with the 0-1 to Jones, and Jones fouls this one to 3rd base side. Back in the box in the 0-2 forthcoming. And Fielder Jones lunged at it and missed, way out ahead of that one. 1 down, and that is the first strikeout for Cleveland hurler Jim Bagby. Larry Doyle now batting in the number 2 slot. Infield single in the 1st and grounded back to Bagby in the 4th. Here's the 0-1 to Doyle. Doyle grounds this one to first. Fred Tenney will take it unassisted for the 2nd out. Wahoo Sam Crawford 1 for 2 today in the contest. Singled in the 4th. Zach Wheat waits on deck. The 1-2 to Sam Crawford. Crawford fouls this one back. 1-2 now the count. Bagby has the sign. From Gibson, the delivery to Crawford. Fly ball to right field. Sam Thompson ranging over and makes the catch. Side retired. 7th inning. And it's 4-0 Cleveland over Carolina. Dummy Hoy, Gabby Kravitz, and Ray Chapman due up for the Spiders. Dummy Hoy in today's game is 1 for 2. RBI single back in the fourth, scored Nap Lajoie. Young's delivery to Hoy, 2-2 pitch to Hoy. Fastball swung at and missed. Cy Young picking up strikeout number 2. Left fielder Gabby Kravitz. He is successful in 1 of 2 tries against Cy Young, and that resulted in an RBI. And in fact, in the second, when Kravitz grounded to short, it scored Dummy Hoy, and the RBI single in the fourth also scored Dummy Hoy. Young brings it home to Kravitz, the 0-2. Kravitz swings, fly ball to left. Zach Wheat barely moving. Well, this one off the wall, so Zach Wheat misjudging this ball. Kravitz going for 3, the throw from Bush. And after the dust settles, Gross' tag is not in time, and Kravitz makes third. So it looks like Zach Wheat might have done a bump Bailey there, although it is a sunny day here at Griffith. Misjudged that ball, just kind of sauntering out there, and all of a sudden realizing it's over his head. So 1 down, and Cleveland looking for more here. Kravitz just 90 feet away. Potential 5th run. Ray Chapman would like to bring that in. He is 0 for 2. Chapman hitting just 192 as of this at bat. He is flied out and grounded out. Young from the stretch. Chapman swinging on this first pitch. Popped in the infield. Shortstop Donnie Bush calling for it, waving off Heine Groh. And Bush will take it in. Kravitz remains at third, 2 down for George Gibson. Gibson lined out back in the 5th his last time up. Cy Young with a 1-2 delivery to Gibson. Runner coming home. Gibson swings. Fly ball to left, and this time Zach Wheat takes it in for out number 3. Middle of the 7th, it's 4-0 Cleveland over Carolina. Baseball fans, we are back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Wheat, Heine Groh, and Donnie Bush. So just a quick word. I was speaking of Steve Tate has been so very busy. I did check my email. I have the latest on the Negro League files. What I'm hoping, and this is not to put any pressure on Steve Tate, because I do definitely want to get a Negro League All-Star game in for Black History Month, and the clock is a-ticking with just 5 days to go. So I was hoping that Steve and I could work on that. I certainly don't want to, have him help pick the lineups because he created the file. But if not, I will do my best to put something together. Negro League All-Star game that we played at Comiskey Park, as it was historically. So stay tuned for that. And the Ned McGreevy League winding down. We have a 1929 World Series to finish, and then kind of who knows what's going to go on next. But we definitely will get the Negro League All-Star game in there. And the Negro League season that we'll be doing will be coming up. It'll be a draft league, much like this one. We'll probably, again, do a 154-game season, but we'll sim out probably 110 of those games. Play a few at the beginning of the season, and then sim until we have roughly 40 games left, something like that. And then ultimately, once Steve can be settled down and you know, finally just give himself a little bit of break, we'll start to integrate these Negro League players onto all-time great franchise teams, preparing them all around the place. It's going to be a lot of fun. So huge kudos to Steve Tate for the absolutely astounding work he has done. These Negro League players who, above all other players, deserve remembrance. Only because of the small-minded prejudice of others did these great men not get the recognition they were due nationally. Zach Wheat will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. He will be followed by Honey Grow and then Donnie Bush. Zach Wheat, nothing for 2. He's flied out and popped to the catcher. Hall of Fame left fielder, not remembered by many Dodgers fans, though Zach Wheat still holds or is among, say, the top 5 or top 10 on the all-time Dodgers list for many categories. Zach Wheat, a great player. Jim Bagby has struck out 1, has not walked anyone. Bagby delivers the 0-1 to Zach Wheat. Curveball, and Wheat chops this one up the middle, and Lajoie showing that great range, making it routine for the 4-3 putout onto Fred Tenney. 1 up, 1 down. World's Worst Gamer, so am I. World's Worst Gamer is saying he's interested to see what I'll do in this league if 3 or 5 teams end up tied for second. So do I, my friend. I have no bloody clue. I really don't know. So, wow. Oh man, World's Worst Gamer says to Ken Castro, says he can't believe he's still here. Hasn't slept in over 24 hours. Not intentional. Man, oh man, ow. Hopefully you're going to get some sleep soon. That's not good for you, my friend. So I don't know what you've tried, anything to sleep, but I hope you can. Wow. I've done one of those before, but it was intentional. So a while back. And felt like crap for 3 days after that. So I hope you get some rest, my friend. All right, Honey Grow batting with 1 down. Grow is nothing for 2. Jim Bagby with a 3-1 now. Grow ahead of him, and he will lay off and draw the walk. So that's the first free pass given up by Jim Bagby, and that brings up Donnie Bush. Honey Grow with 16 steals in a season, so was projected to steal 15, so on pace for him. Bagby to Bush in the 1-0. Donnie Bush swings, and this will be a base hit and direct. Grow rounding second as Sam Thompson having trouble holding on to the ball, and Honey Grow will make it to third. We have an injury on the play. Bush turned an ankle, it looked like, limping around a little bit there at second. He's going to stay in the game, however. So runners in scoring position for Carolina. First time they've really made a threat in this game. Grow at third, Bush at second, and it brings up Will Ferrell, Duke Farrell. Man, okay. Will Ferrell. This is time for somebody to bring up a Will Ferrell joke or something to save me arse. World's Worst Gamer said that he used to do 24 hours, no problem, as a young guy playing World of Warcraft. And of course, obviously I'm thinking of that South Park episode, World's Worst Gamer, South Park. I'm not saying you look like that guy, but it just reminds me of that. I understand that, man. Done that with, oh man, long bouts of No Man's Sky, and just, yeah, you just don't want to stop or whatever. I get that. One of the joys of being a gamer, I suppose, a rite of passage, doing the 24-hour. I thought if YouTube'd allow, it would be really fun to do something for a charity sometime and attempt a 24-hour broadcast, something for charity. But YouTube is really, really strange to set that up. But I thought it would be kind of cool to do something. There was a, just very quickly, there was a Mississippi, I'm not sure if it was a cat breeder or shelter or something, that was raided. And I mean, it was absolutely deplorable. And they are needing funds. They've been able to rescue the cats and kittens, but to get them some good veterinary care, I was thinking of how to maybe raise some money there to do that. But YouTube is super, super weird about how you handle charity and charitable donations. So, and I'm not even sure my channel's big enough to do it. So, I have to do it for my cats who are, well, one's half asleep and one is having a bath. So Darcy and Albert wave their paws at everybody here tonight at the ballpark. All right. So anyhow, Duke Farrell batting in the bottom of the 7th with one down. Carolina threatening here. The 1-1 delivery from Bagby to Farrell. And Farrell chops this one to first. Fred Tenney will take it to the bag unassisted, but coming in to score behind Negro. So it's now 4-1. So the shutout broken up. Jim Bagby has scattered 3 hits in this game. 2 down for Fred Luteris. The first baseman, nothing for 2. Grounded to short. He was safe on a throwing error his last time up. Donnie Bush at third. Carolina looking to cut this Cleveland lead in half. It's 4-1. Jim Bagby from the stretch. Fred Luteris cuts on the first pitch. Chopper to first. Fred Tenney says, I'll take it, and he does. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. We've played 7. It's Cleveland 4 and Carolina 1. Due up, Jim Bagby, Sam Thompson, and home run Baker for the Cleveland Spiders as we head to the top of the 8th. To thank you guys for coming in tonight. This was not a play. It was going to be a doubleheader, but the second game was going to be the Nuffseds against another modern team. The Nuffseds are 2-1 thus far. Lost to the 1929 Philadelphia A's in extra innings, 4-3. Beat the 1934 Cardinals 1-0. And then absolutely just put the smack down on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, at least it appeared to be, but the Orioles came back. But it ended up to be an 8-7 Nuffsed victory. But instead, playing a meaningful game here in Nuffsed McGreevy League, and I don't know whether Robbie will be willing to do a baseball for Windows after this one. It's only just after midnight for him, and let's face it, Robbie Wartburg, why not have a little bit of a rite of passage? His World's Worst Gamer is cracking up here. Really? I know, right? Will Ferrell. I came home from work today and I crashed for 2 hours. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have, but man. All right, anyhow, we have Will Ferrell. We should do a team of all comedians. That's what we'll do. It's not even right. It's not even right on any level. Jim Bagby has flied out twice, leading it off here for Cleveland, and then back to Sam Thompson and Frank Baker. That first game was great, and again, kudos to Ken Castro. Just brilliant managing 2 nights in a row here. Cy Young with the 2-2 delivery. And this one called strike 3 to Bagby, and we go back to the top of the order and Sam Thompson. So Cy Young has struck out 3 and walked 1 in the game. Sam Thompson frustrated, nothing for 3, and for cousin Ken Castro, we will say that Sam Thompson is wearing the collar. We haven't said that one in a while. 1-2 now to Sam Thompson. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 3, so Cy Young with 2 strikeouts in the inning, 2 down. Young looking for the trifecta. Home run Baker with a 17-game hitting streak on the line. Line to right his last time up. Cy Young fires it in, the 1-1 delivery to Baker, and Baker liner to second, and Larry Doyle has it. It looks like Baker, the ending streak will end here in Washington unless something drastic happens. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland 4, Carolina 1. As cousin Ken Castro says, long time, no caller reference. We're going to have to find some other sort of BDSM references to inject into our festivities moving forward. Jim Bagby now to Cy Young, the 2-1. Young swings, base hit, right field. So here we go in the bottom of the 8th in Carolina with a runner aboard for fielder Jones, who is nothing for 3. So if we can get our mouse to behave, there we go. Cy Young, as expected, rather slower than the slowest you can imagine. Not as slow as Michael Evaluer, because no one is as slow as Michael Evaluer. 1 steal for Cy Young. I actually saw a Pirates game where Michael Evaluer stole a base, though. It was pretty amazing. Bagby delivers to Jones, the 0-2 delivery. Jones swings, popped behind the plate. Moon Gibson tosses aside the mask and the ball gag, and hope cousin Ken caught that one. And this one fouled back. 0-2 delivery. And cousin Ken Castro saying that Ernie Lombardi is the slowest man in history. Yeah, you're probably right about that one, cousin Ken. And he just caught the ball gag thing. The mask and the ball gag. All right. Yep. World's Worst Gamer saying Fielder Jones living up to his name. No hit, just Fields. Bagby works now the 0-2 delivery. Change up. And Jones smokes this one to third. Baker will go to Lajoie. Lajoie will not be able to turn the double play, however. Throw too late, so Jones aboard on the fielder's choice. He has 28 steals in the season. Larry Doyle now, 1 for 3. Doyle is not a hitter to be trifled with, and hitting a healthy 277 as of this at bat. That puts him among the top in the league, believe it or not. That's how strong, and we knew this would be, how strong the pitching is in this Ned McGreevy league. Jones, good lead off first. 1 out here. The 1-0 pitch to Doyle. Curveball cut on, base hit into center field, and Jones tearing around second, but they're saying hang on, fielder. So stop sign flash, 2 aboard, 1 down, and here is Sam Crawford. Sam Crawford is 1 for 3 in the game. Bagby brings it home, the 1-1 delivery to Crawford. Fly ball to right, and back on it is Sam Thompson. Makes the catch. The runner's tag, and Jones goes to third. Runners at first and third, 2 away for Zach Wheat, who is nothing for 3. Carolina threatening here. 2 down, Bagby from the stretch, and the 3-1 to Zach Wheat. And Zach Wheat draws the walk, and the bases are loaded. And here's Heine Groh. Nothing for 2 for the third baseman for Carolina. Walked back in the 7th. Bagby in trouble here with 2 down. Bagby rubbing up the ball and deals the 0-2 delivery to Heine Groh. And Groh, base hit into left. Coming in to score will be Jones. And they're going to score that one an error. So that one gets past Chapman. And they're going to charge that an E6, and Carolina cuts the lead in half. It's 4-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Base is still loaded for Donnie Bush. Is it falling apart here for Cleveland? Bush 1 for 3. Singled in the 7th. Ken Castro saying hit the like button if you enjoyed tonight's content, please. Thank you for that, cousin Ken. I do appreciate it very, very much. Bagby from the stretch with the bases loaded. And the 0-1 delivery to Donnie Bush. Donnie Bush swings. This one chopped back to Bagby, coming off the hill to his right to make a nice play to retire Bush and to end the Carolina threat. But 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. We go to the 9th. Cleveland 4, Carolina 2. It's a big, big game for Cleveland. Cy Young to face the number 3, 4, 5 hitters for Cleveland, Napoleon Lajoie, Fred Tenney, and Dummy Hoy. Lajoie is 2 for 3 in the game, including an RBI triple back in the 4th. Farrell sets the target. Cy Young with 4 strikeouts and a walk delivers to Lajoie the 0-1 pitch. Lajoie skies this one to center. Coming in on it is fielder Jones. 1 up, 1 down. First baseman Fred Tenney. He's grounded out twice and fly to right. Young reaches back and deals the 1-2 to Tenney. And this one also sent out to center field. Fielder Jones brings it down. 2 up, 2 down here. For Dummy Hoy, 4-2 Cleveland lead here in the 9th. Dummy Hoy struck out his last time up, but Hoy with an RBI in the 4th, scoring Lajoie. 2-1 to Hoy. Hoy cuts on this one. Cy Young making the play off the left side of the bump. It's going to be close. And Dummy Hoy beats it out. So 2 out, infield single for Dummy Hoy, and that brings up Gavy Kravith. Kravith, both times, he has 2 RBI in the game, and it was Hoy scoring on both of them. Add to that a triple in the 7th, so Kravith having an excellent day for Cleveland. Dummy Hoy has 43 steals in the season. Young with a check of the runner, throws over, Hoy back ahead of the Luderus tag. Cy Young brings it home. There goes Dummy Hoy. Farrell throws down the tag by Larry Doyle, and that's still number 44 for Dummy Hoy. Cleveland trying to pad this 4-2 lead a bit more. Cy Young brings it home now, and they will intentionally walk Gavy Kravith to get to Ray Chapman, who is 0 for 3 in the game. Popped to short back in the 7th. 2 down, and the 0-2 to Chapman. And Chapman sends this one to left field. Zach Wheat has it in his sights, brings it down, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Carolina with 3 chances to tie it up and or win it. 4-2 your score. And for Carolina, it will be the bottom of the order: Duke Farrell, Fred Luderus, and Cy Young. Farrell, 0 for 3 in the game. Jake Bagby looking for the complete game win. Bagby has struck out a batter and walked 2. Bagby with a 3-0 to Farrell. Farrell taking all the way, draws the walk. Tying run comes to the plate now. Fred Luderus. Luderus 0 for 3 against Bagby. Bagby throws over, Farrell back. Farrell with 11 steals, infield guarding the lines. Bagby with the 0-1 to Luderus. Cut on. Oh, great play by Bagby. Bagby will go to Chapman for 1, but they will not turn the double play. What a great play by Jen Bagby to get the first out. So Luderus aboard, infield in at the corners, looking bunt against Cy Young. Cy Young singled back in the 8th, so he is 1 for 3. Fred Luderus with just 5 steals in the season. Bagby, pinch hitter is Tom Daly. Tom Daly, grounder to short. Chapman to Lajoie to Tenney. Ball game over. And Cleveland takes this one from Carolina, 4-2. Let's look at the recap. So Cleveland improves to 74-68. Carolina 79-63. Highlights all on the Cleveland side, as you might expect. Gavin Kravitz, 2 for 3 today with 2 runs batted in. Dummy Hoy went 2 for 4 with 2 steals. Napoleon Lajoie, 2 for 4 with a triple. Jim Bagby gets the win. He improves to 6 and 5. Cy Young takes the loss. He goes to 18 and 14. Let's look at pitching quickly here, and we're about to call this one. Jim Bagby went 9 complete, 2 runs, 1 earned, walked 3, struck out 1. Cy Young went 9, 4 runs, 3 earned. And we'll go to our miscellaneous and look at our award winners. Game-winning RBI, Gabby Kravitz. And the MVP is Jim Bagby. And drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. I think we've played everything. Oh, no. Did we do the Bellingham game? We did not. We will autoplay that. Bellingham and Butler. So Butler at 72 and 69. Bellingham at 71 and 70. Here we go. And Butler defeats Bellingham 5-1. So Pud Galvin gets the win for Butler. He goes to 23 and 16. Sam Lever with the loss for Bellingham, 12 and 19. And that will be the games for today. We'll let everything refresh, and we'll do our standings. And, of course, Manchester maintaining its 7-game lead in first. Cleveland now in sole possession of second place. And then we have a 3-way tie for third. Philadelphia, Providence, and Butler at 8 games back. Bellingham now eliminated in terms of at least being the home team for the World Series. So Bellingham, Liverpool, Carolina, Arsenal, and St. Louis eliminated. Of those teams, I would really say that Bellingham may be a very, very, very outside chance. So what's coming up? Because we have Cleveland 2 games from elimination. Unless Cleveland goes on some tear and Manchester obliges by going on a losing streak, Manchester pretty much is going to have it locked up. Let me see. We have Philadelphia Providence. That is a huge, huge game. So that will be hopefully tomorrow. And it'll probably be the same too. Philadelphia Providence and Cleveland at Carolina. So there's where we stand right now, guys. When is it over? It's need to look at when that is, because it is fast approaching. Fast approaching. Might be the 18th of September, actually. So getting down to it, and we are at the 14th. So let me see here. 81 to 142. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there's where's the bloody schedule? Let's take a look at it. Games have already been played. Continue. Yeah, I just want to look at it. Alright, let me see. Trying to see when this is all done. Oh, yeah, that's it. So, the 22nd. And we are, what, at the 14th. So, 8 days to go. And this one's over. 8 days on this calendar. We're gonna be a little more than 8 days finishing this thing up. Obviously, but real close. And we see some pretty good matchups coming up. Anyhow, let's go ahead and cancel out. Yes, without saving changes. Thank you. When is it over? Over there, D. Scott doing a little bit of World War I for us. So 8 days left to Ned McGreevy. And then, so what we'll do, and I'm hoping we can convince Robbie Wartburg to come on the mic. for a pregame show right before the final game of our Ned McGreevy League, as I had asked Robbie to go ahead and autoplay out on Diamond Mine Baseball, so he was able to take these rosters and using the all-time great players, Volume 1 plus some homebrew seasons and a few other things, was able to recreate this league using his judgment since there's no, well, the all-time great players is similar to the baseball history collection, but Robbie having to add in a few other players here and there, very few. So recreated this league in Diamond Mine. Only he knows how that shook out, and we want to see. Clinton Parks still plugging away in the cards and dice version. He's had to slow down on it a bit. Um, but we will at least have a nice comparison between these two platforms. Clinton is waiting for the release of Digital Diamond Baseball to continue with McGreevy. So we will probably have some McGreevy League. I don't know when. I'm guessing Digital Diamond's going to release sometime in April, and we'll be able to compare. So I'm going to be taking screenshots because after this league is done, um, I don't know. I was thinking about a read. I really hate to delete this, but it's gonna go. So anyhow, we'll not worry about that right now. Yes, I hope you do. I hope you do. The Philadelphia pitcher page? Yeah, Ken, I can do that. There they are. And let's look at replay stats. This is showing real stats. There's the replay stats. Mathewson and Walsh. Of course, Philadelphia's two aces. Oh, wow. And that's, oh, so it looks like you are going to be facing Ed Walsh, it looks like. In the next game. Looks like Ed Walsh. Let's look at this rotation really quickly. Yep. Oh, no. So Jeff Tesreau next? But Tesreau already pitched. So you will not see Tesreau. Yes, you will. Jeff Tesreau. So Cousin Ken says he's going to use Old Haas in the opener of the two-game set, and Chesbro will be second. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, wow, what can I say? Let's put the photos back up. This has been so much fun doing this league. Guys, we started this thing back in late October and actually went through it once. And Todd was asking about the steals. We have to bust out the calculator. There's just, I'm wondering if it looks like this entire league should be at about 2,500 steals. Contrast that with home runs, and pretty crazy. It really, really has. Cousin Ken saying this league has been way more than we expected. It really has. I'm so surprised. I mean, at one point tonight we had I don't know how many. We had a lot of people. We had 20 people in here at one time. That was pretty crazy. And my channel has 305 subscribers, so I'm gratified, even if there were just a few here for some morbid curiosity. Um, really nice. Really, really nice. It's been a lot of fun. And Cousin Ken, we've got to think of something else to do with it. Um, Maybe not with it, but something else down the line. Maybe doing a great teams tournament, trying to avoid um, some any duplication, picking great teams from the same time period, actual teams, and playing a tournament. I think that would be a lot of fun. So, but there's still time, and I'm trying to kind of spread this out a little bit because I don't want it to end. So we still have a couple other things we're going to do, and we're going to play our enough seds here and there against some modern teams. We have to think of maybe we'll do the 1927 Yankees next. Who knows? Whatever the first team that will come up when we do one of those will be who we play. So it's been the 1929 A's, the 1934 Cardinals, and the 1970 Orioles. They've all been good games too. So, well, guys, and I have off tomorrow, so kind of happy about that. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Robbie, are you awake enough to do a baseball for Windows game? It's only 12:30 where you are. Somebody dropped another like, whoever you are. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, wait, see what Robbie has to say. See if you guys get some either 1920 or 1914 Federal League. Is D. Scott Howard doing some Irving Berlin? I'm not sure if Robbie heard me, is thinking, as went to the, as he called it one night, the little Robbie room. So we gotta wait. Da, 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 da. Robbie says probably not tonight. So he's thinking about doing an afternoon stream on the morrow. Okay, so Robbie says probably not tonight, but he's toying with. So Robbie leaving us in the air. I guess we'll just have to see. Check out Robbie Wertberg's channel for a possible game, I guess, tomorrow. And with that said, thank you guys very, very much. This has been a blast. 2 hours and 38 minutes. Not too bad. And that's about it. I want to thank Robbie Wertberg, cousin Ken Castro, for making it super entertaining. That first game was brilliant. D. Scott Howard for bringing in the good jabs and stuff like that. Love it all. World's Worst Gamer, thank you, my friend, and I do hope you get some sleep. We always thank Midlife Crisis, so thank you, Midlife Crisis. PQ River. I know Arnold Hunter, there he is, was hanging out with us for a while. Todd B finally had to go to sleep, so he'll be happy to know that he won tonight. Aaron Reed. The Cubs, the Bears. Clee Baseball Fan 879. Tim, always great channel. PQ River, I said his name, but also he's our newest mod. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. And I think we got everybody. We did. This was a super active chat tonight. Super active. Love it. I love it when the chat just blows up like that. It is awesome. Oh, and Utah Mike, Sports Time Machine, was in here with us. And that is it. Okay, so Robbie says that his next stream is going to be 1920. So he is going back and forth between the 1914 Federal League and a replay of the 1920 season. Great season. Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox battling it out until Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis threw out the White Sox players. 7 of those remained with the White Sox, were thrown off, and Cleveland would win the American League pennant that year. So Robbie doing a what if. That what if will be if Kennesaw Mountain Landis doesn't throw out those players and Ray Chapman makes it through the season. So stay tuned for that. And with that, guys, thank you. And thank you to all that were here earlier and watched. I really, really appreciate it. And again, speaking on behalf of Cousin Ken Castro, we just so gratified that there's been so much interest in this rather niche project. So until next time, gents, be careful, be safe, have some fun, and I'll see you around the batting cage.